Hello everyone and welcome to another Thomas video. So today we're taking a look at Winota Lightning deck in Thomas format. So this is the Mardu version of the Goblin Bombardment deck that I played last time with Winota. That was trying to cheat out Ranger Captain Bios, and if you pair that up with the Voice of Victory, you have a little bit of a lock. Essentially, we're playing that same deck, but we're swapping out Eos for Lightning here, because if the Winota hits Lightning, you might be able to just kill them instantly. Because what this card says is it's a 3-mana 3/2 with the first strike, trample, and lifelink. Whenever this card deals combat damage to a player, until your next turn, if source would deal damage to that player or permanent that player controls, it deals double that damage instead. What's really cool here is that it has first strike, which means when you bring the lightning out with the Winota, because of the first strike, the ability triggers, and then the rest of the creature that you have is going to deal double the damage until your next turn. So essentially, if the Winota actually flips lightning, you could just win the game instantly. And because it doesn't say only creatures, it says permanent that player controls, it deals double the damage. So even Goblin Bombardment is going to deal 2 damage if the lightning gets a hit off. So it's actually a fairly powerful combination here. And you can't even chump this either because it has trample. So we'll see how this one does. So having said that, I'm going to be hopping over to some Thomas vs. 3 to show you guys how that does. So let's hop on over. Alright. I think that's easy keep. No 1-drop, but we're on the draw, so maybe we'll get there. Commercial District. Malevolent Rumble. Song of Creation combo deck. What? Say what now? Wow, they went for Chrome Mox here. Am I gonna die? Hope not. So we'll go with that, and we'll Juggernaut Peddler here. Boom. Let's see your hand. Okay, we got a BV. Actually got some pretty spicy stuff going on. I like their deck a lot. So you play VV, Song of Creation bounce a bunch of times with Repeal. Kind of hot, actually, kind of hot. Kind of hot. Gonna go with the Season Pyro here. I don't think I need removal spells at the moment. And I think I'll play Lightning next turn. Maybe I could also Witch Enchanter this. Really? Okay, they actually didn't mill anything like too relevant. Ooh, they topped it. Opponent topped it. I'm a little scared. I'm a little scared. Okay, let's go Witch Enchanter. It was another Emery. They play way too many like non-artifact cards. Right? Yeah, they play way too many non-artifact cards. I guess I missed lethal actually. If I went Johnny plus Juggernaut, I would have actually won. All right. That kind of sucks. You're at 1. So they can just keep drawing their entire deck now. Okay, now they can generate infinite green and blue mana. But they can't generate red mana. They need 2 red mana right now. They're gonna mill out. They have the Jace though. I don't think they can generate enough to play the Jace before they mill out. At least I don't think. Okay. Misplays were made, but we still got their really cool deck though, opponents playing. We're gonna want 3 Cups of Deafening Silence. Archon. Static Prison. Let's board out Season Pyro. Maybe Ragavan? Or Discharge. I guess I can like minus like Voice. Maybe I don't want Season Pyro in this matchup. And then I'll cut a Ragavan. Yeah, I think that's a mulligan. That is a keep. Ragavan, let's go. Do magic. Roll Mox. Vivi. Okay, that's actually kind of bad. That is actually kind of bad. I can't attack through this. Yeah, that is actually kind of bad. Right? We're gonna need some help. We're gonna need like Deafening Silence or Archon. Otherwise, we might be dying here. Guess this is a free attack. So are we dead? Are we dead? We'll find out. There's a good chance we might just die here. I thought they were gonna go for a Song of Creation for sure, but... Interesting. Mox Ember. So how do we like win here? Even if I get Winota down, I don't think I can like kill them unless like Vivi attacks. Because the lightning needs to deal combat damage to a player. Okay, that Repeal into Memory might have lost me the game. Actually, no. There's only 3 cards left in the deck, so at most they can do one more. Play one more card.
I will protect this library with my life. Use your words.
Okay. Reach again. Into Tamio.
I've read nearly the entire library.
Looks like we have to block with the Oscillate Pride here. So we get a Gallic Discharge. I think I'm just going to attack like this. Right, we didn't get anything. Okay. I feel like these should be enough with the Deafening Silence and 2 copies of Archon. So I'll just let it rip. Really cool deck though. I definitely might actually steal that. Might actually steal that idea. Sure. Hopefully we can make Oslo Pride happen. And then draw into a red mana. Portable Hole. Can we get a red mana here? Okay, nice. Bit behind though. We are a bit behind. Let's actually surveil first. Okay, since we got another land, I think what I'm gonna do is I'm going to play the Voice of Victory first. So this way, next turn I can go Bombardment plus a Johnny. Alright, very nice. Let's go with the Blood Crypt this time, and I'm going to play the Goblin Bombardment. And I'll play the Ajani. Ooh, wow. Otawara.
Nothing is more important than family.
That was pretty, that was actually pretty clutch. Because they can't actually play anything with the Voice of Victory out, so they had to have an Otawara there. Yikes. Might lose here. Had a very slow start. Didn't get any, like, cyborg cards either. Mulliganed. Just a all-around, like, bad situation. All-around bad situation. Okay, looks like they bricked. Sure. We have to win here. 2-3. Play the Ajani. Attack all.
Nothing can break our bond.
Get rid of this.
Hunt down the deceivers.
I mean, opponent's deck was incredibly cool, and definitely, like, they could have won here if they were slightly luckier. Ooh. Ooh la la. What a hand. Right, Ragavan, let's go. Boom. It looks like it's like a show and tell. Nice, we got a static prison. I think I'm gonna go Juggernaut. 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 Okay, they don't want me to see their hand. Fair enough. Let's play 3 copies of Deafening Silence and 2 copies of Archon. Gonna just -4 Galvanic Discharge. Disruptor Flute? I'll play 1-2 Pyro? Is it crazy cutting like also Pride? Maybe I'm also gonna go down on like Winota. Lightning. Yeah, maybe a Season Pyro can go out. Try that. We're just bringing too many cyber cards. That is the problem here. Yeah, let's run out also Pride. Whoa. This was a completely different build than I thought. Right? Okay, that's a little shocking. That is bad. They can get Abhorrent Oculus out soon, but they also have this is bad. This is really bad. Oh my god. Oh my god. Boom, boom, boom. So I have 2 non-humans. I feel like lightning is bad. Yeah, I have a feeling lightning is not that great. Okay, well, let's see what we can cook up. Voice. Opponent. Speak to me. Why did you leave? You have a blocker for the lightning. Lightning has to deal damage, combat damage to a player for me to deal double damage. Ooh. Okay. Let us try that. Yorion with the Elegant Palor. Interesting. So, they have a Solitude in hand. They do. Alright. Looks like they're killing the Oslo Pride here. No? Really? Maybe they have a Fury. Maybe opponent has a Fury. Cabaretti Rebel. Belia. Ophelia is very annoying. If I had one more land... Oof. I think I'm just going to Juggernaut here. They're both really, really bad for me, honestly. Wow, what a pickup. Okay, still no land. I think I have to get rid of the Cavalry Rebel. That thing is like gonna kill me. Okay, we gotta land. But Yorion's gonna get a blink and we're probably dead if they do that. So hindsight, if during Mulligan, if we didn't bottom a land, we would have been in such a good spot. I'll pass. So how do we win? I think maybe top decking also Pride might do it. Maybe top decking also Pride or another Static Prison might do as well. If they have another removal spell, then we're doomed. Doomed. So let's say I play a Johnny. Can I kill the Yorion? Deal 1 damage to Yorion. Transform. Let's see.
It's not perfect, but we have peace.
1 damage. Transform. And deal 2. So that's 3 damage. And then I sacrifice a token, that's 4. But then I have to kill the Guide of Soul. Right, that's not gonna work. Bombardment on the Yorion, that's 1. Transform the Ajani, make a token. That's 2 more damage, so that's 3. And then sacrifice a token, that's only 4. So I actually can't transform the Ajani here. Unfortunate. Yikes. Yikes. Is this worth saving? Probably. Bit awkward. Because if I draw a red mana card, I can't actually play it. Awkward. 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 So I have to kill the 6 no matter what, right? Otherwise I lose the game.
Tooth and claw I will share in my vengeance.
And then we pass. Hey, Troxa? Okay, opponent's deck is Giga Greed. Okay, that actually kind of caught me off guard, but okay. A frickin' Aatroxa, huh? Okay, I'm actually very disappointed with Lightning. It hasn't been that great. It's been underperforming for sure. Maybe I get rid of like 2 Galvanic Discharge since I'm bringing a lot of like Static Prison and stuff like that. Absolutely wild. I guess I could get an Awesome Pride and just to like kind of play it out and then leave up a Wear and Tear. Ziatora. Leyline is 2 mana right now. Lage. 3 cards in the yard. Might try to go for a Winota turn. Hopefully we get a land. Yeah, hopefully we get a land here. Not like this. Double land. Peddler. Might want to keep that. So they can't leave up a ley line with this play. I mean, I have to go for it, right? Otherwise I lose the game. Voice. Lightning. Winota. That's I don't know. Is that good enough? I don't know. It's not really good enough, I think. Okay, never mind. It's good enough. Nobody expects the lightning. Nobody expects the lightning. Okay, I'm gonna be real with you. I don't think this car is very good. Yeah. I don't think it's very good. So I'm just being 100% transparent with you because it costs a mythic rare card, right? %100% transparent. They went for Zia Tora instead of a one that generates white. Interesting. So I do think we need to go Juggernaut Peddler, even though Velia can potentially grow. Ooh. Elish Norn is a bad news for the deck. I think we have to get rid of the Elish Norn. Despite giving Cavalry Revel. We can't beat that. Yeah, unfortunately so. And hopefully we draw our 4 of Static Prison. That is a dream. Alright, I'll play out the Johnny here.
Teamwork triumphs.
I could just save this Galvanic Discharge. So the dream is opponent plays a 4-mana card and they get exactly Felia again. Unlucky. Go here, transform the Ajani.
I will not rest until I find my brother's killer.
Okay. So Flage is gonna come down next turn. I could plus. I could definitely plus here. I think we just have to top deck an answer to the Flage here.
Join our cause.
No, Divine Purge. No way. Oh.
Betrayed by my own people.
Wow, they play more than one copy of Elder Storm. Alright, we can't beat that. Yeah, very bad matchup, but still pretty cool game. So, one thing's for sure. I do think Lightning is a bad card. I think we can definitely agree on that. Right? Okay. I'll try to kill this and get an attack off. Because I think opponent has Flare of Denial. Very unhappy about that. Okay, Brainstorm Lock. I could have also just played Juggernaut Peddler as well. Instead of making this play. But I definitely got greedy, right? Agent of Orphine into a bubble. Okay, that's an excellent card. Oh, they don't even have it. We'll play the Juggernaut. Okay, so they got a lot of removals, things like that. It's kind of bad news for me. If we keep drawing like humans, we'll be good. Yeah, if we keep drawing humans, we'll be in a good spot. That is not a human. That is not a human. They should have just saved the Mystic Sanctuary. I think I have an idea. So I'm gonna Static Prison this. I'll play at the Ajani here. I'll pass. And they're gonna use a Source of Plowshare on this Ajani. And then we're gonna be able to get the value out of this Voice of Victory. Uncounterable Haste. Easy game. Oh, I just misplayed. I completely forgot about the static ability, so they can't even play these on my turn. So I could have actually gone in for 3 more damage. Funny enough. right? Yeah. It's just like me not knowing my own cards because of inexperience with the cards. We want Omnixilus for sure. But I think that's about it. Like, I could see myself maybe having a Ghost Vacuum. So I'll take out one Lightning. Maybe Ragavans. Maybe Ragavans. Boom. Okay, bit of a slow start, but we have like removal spell for the Tameo into a bunch of 2-mana cards. Bubble Bubble. Surprise opponent can fit Mishra's Bubble, by the way. I think I'm just gonna play out the Muscle Pride here. So no Flare of Denial from opponent. Alright. I'm just going to run out the Voice of Victory then. Ooh, they just drew it. Okay. Okay, since opponent saw it, I'll just play out the Ajani here. And I'll try to get another land so I can do Ajani plus Voice of Victory. So I'm going to fetch a Surveil land. Tamio.
No, no! I'm late for class!
That's a bit annoying. Hopefully we get a land. That would be nice. Actually, did I just make a mistake? Did they play a Brainstorm already this turn? No, it's a tap land. No. How could you? How could you? Hmm. That is so sad. That is so sad. It looks like opponent might have a treasure cruise. That's pretty bad. Agent of Graphene. Okay, what would be the most impactful? I mean, I guess it has to be getting the Voice of Victory down as soon as possible. Okay. No? Okay, what's the swords? Winota waiting room. Okay, it's gonna be another swords on the Voice of Victory, I guess. Gone. And then play Loris. This is bad. What do we need? Like a Goblin Bombardment?
Nothing like warm tea and a fascinating.
Okay, that's actually really good. Okay, Flare of Denial check. Done.
I will prove my worth to my pride.
Done, done, done. Okay, not over yet, but they do have a Tameo. Opponent steals something. I don't think I can see it. Hopefully it's a land. Okay, that's definitely not mine. Okay, Ghost Vacuum actually kind of strong at the moment. Uh-oh. Ooh. That is sweet. Oh, that is so sweet. I think we won. But I think we're gonna attack like this. I do want some blockers, so... And... Okay. I think we want to keep at the 3-3 in the air, so... Let's go with this. Why does Omnixilus never fail? Alright. Human, human, human. I think Winota's bad. Okay. Do I want a fourth land? No. Okay, Sultai mid-range? Perhaps? I'll start with the Voice of Victory. Not do. Not do. Think we play another Voice Victory. Okay. Let's play also Pride. I actually should have attacked with the Ragavan first. That's a mistake. Mistakes were made. Okay, at least Deathray Shaman's gone.
It's not perfect, but we have peace.
Alright. Attack. I think I'm gonna shock this in. Okay. Bristly Bill. They got a wombo combo. Alright. Definitely not looking good. So I'm gonna attack with everything except for the Seasoned Pyro because they can just block that. Yeah, I'm gonna attack with the... Okay, let's actually leave a 1/1 back. The thing is, like, they have the Catacomb, which means like they can fetch in response to us playing the Galvanic Discharge, right? Hmm. So I shouldn't have attacked with the Ragavan. I should not have attacked with the Ragavan there. Mistakes were made. Definitely made some misplays here. Definitely misplays were made. Maybe I should have still done damage anyways. Oh god. I didn't know this was symmetrical. No, I'm making mistakes. So they're at 6. Is it better than just eating food though? One, two, three. If I just attack all, aren't they dead? They're dead, right? I'm not missing anything. Okay, a few things I learned. Bristly Bill is symmetrical effect. Or is that because of the Nadu? Creatures you control have, whenever this creature becomes a target of a spell. Oh, it's because of a Nadu. It's not because of a Bristly Bill. I see. Man, like that's how many times I've seen Nadu in this format. Basically 0. Static Prison? Maybe one less lightning. Maybe I'm gonna go down on the Voice of Victory. It doesn't look like they play counter spells. No, -1 Ragavan. This does look like a pretty decent hand. We just need like a red mana. That's it. Alright, perfect. They play Overgrown Tomb, but I think I'm still going to maybe start with this. Usually I like starting out with the Oslo Pride against like a counterspell heavy decks. But this is like probably like a removal heavy deck, so I think this is okay. Alright. There's a Nadu. A bit of an awkward hand again. I think I'm just going to Juggernaut. Actually, let's actually go Static Prison. The reason being is because I can set up a Goblin Bombardment, and I get to also attack with the Also Pride, which means more creatures for Winota, right? I think I want Blood Crypt. I need double red for Season Pyro. And the Also Pride synergizes very well with Goblin Bombardment, so pretty good. No! Feels bad, man. Oh, Cole. Oh, Cole. That would have been so sick. We could have had a first light, like a fair lightning win for the first time. All right. Ooh. I mean, don't mind if I do. Alright, that's a bit scary, but sure.
Teamwork triumphs. Traitors will be punished.
Man, a Johnny is just so unfair. Like, what even is this card? Let's wrap it up here. Yeah, unfortunately, like, Winota is just too slow. I don't know. Alright, so we went 5-2, and we played against like I would say a lot of janky decks, but at the same time we're also kind of experimenting too, so I guess it kind of evens out. Although the core of this deck is basically Mardu energy, which is fairly powerful. So I'm kind of cheating here a little bit. But the verdict of this deck, well, verdict of lightning for example, I don't think this card is that great. I'm gonna be honest with you. And I think it's because it's a 3/2 trample. If this was actually a 4/2 trample with a first strike and just like get rid of lifelink, I'd be like down. Like this card actually would be pretty sick because 4 damage trample is a lot harder to actually deal with. But the thing is, this is a 3-2 trample, which means it's pretty easy to from the games I've played, you could have definitely chump blocked this fairly easily. Like a frog can do it, Oculus, we had some like reanimate targets. And if that happens, well, there's a little bit of trouble, right? Because you're not gonna kill them, right? You're not gonna have enough damage because you're playing this card over something else. I mean, I guess if you're playing against like a show and tell, they wouldn't have any creatures to begin with, so maybe getting a hit with this card with the Winota is probably equally as good as just playing Ranger Captain Bios. At least that's what I think. But it felt a little bit clunky to me playing this card out, and a lot of the times I kind of drew into lightning, so I kind of had to play it out from my hand, which didn't feel really good. I think the problem with this card is if you don't have Arena of Glory, this card kind of feels mediocre. So I'm kind of meh on this card. What's really nice is now Winota deck has a curve, and you don't really have to go past the 4 mana. If you want to play a Winota deck that just instantly kills you, you actually do kind of have to go overboard. Like for example, this card kind of comes to mind, right? It's an unplayable card otherwise, but I guess Lightning lets you play it at the very least from your hand relatively early as well. I think that's the upside. If you want to play the old Winota deck that just kind of kills you instantly, Lightning kind of does that. So yeah, that is gonna be for today's video. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys all in the next one. Bye bye.